Hey everyone, I'm Jack. I just wanted to give you a quick update on these fig trees and let you know how they're doing. You may have seen the video that I did on these where I pruned them in January when they were dormant during the winter. This one here was about 10 feet tall. This one was probably 8 feet or so. And the third one that's behind this one that I'll show you in a minute was probably about maybe 5 or 6 feet tall. So now here it is in June and they have a full set of leaves. This one right here is fruiting and there's lots of new leaf growth and it's just covered in all kinds of fruit. Let me see if I can get in here and you can see there's one here and here. They're just literally, they're all over. This is the most this tree has fruited since we've had it. It was given to us by somebody driving by, pulled over and said, "Hey, would you like a fig tree?" And we said, "Sure." It was a stick with about 2 leaves on it, and it was the most diseased looking, horrible tree that I've ever seen. We weren't sure it was gonna make it. We put it in the ground, and the first year it didn't do a whole lot. The second year it did a little bit better, and now progressively each year it's just done better and better and better. This one now, the tallest branch, which is right about here, is probably 6 feet tall, and the rest of it's probably 5.5 feet tall. Pretty uniform. It's all stayed the same. There's a nice opening in the center. Let's see if I can show you that. A nice opening here in the center for airflow. So I pruned it all back down to about 4 feet and left the center kind of open, and then as it started leafing out, I would, pinch off the branches where I wanted it to go. This one's very uniform in growth this year, and I'm just really pleased with it. So this is the first one. This is an unknown variety, and like I said, it's just doing really, really well. The one here that's ended up in the middle is a Celeste, and it was doing very well. We got it from a big box store, and it had another little tree in the same pot that I kind of separated from this one, the one I call the mother plant, and then the little tree was planted here. And when I planted it, man, I just didn't think it was gonna make it. When I separated it out, put it in the ground, I had to put a piece of shade cloth over it, and it stressed so hard. It dropped all the leaves, and I just wasn't sure that it was gonna live. But let me get to that one in just a second. This one's the mom. It is a Celeste, like I mentioned. This one now is about probably 5 feet tall. And the only thing I had happen with this one is this branch right here died, or I guess trunk would be the right word. It's kind of a small one, but sometime over winter, let me show you. There's a little dragonfly on there that's gonna get bothered here in about a second or two. See down the center there, there's a hole right next to Mr. Dragonfly, or Mrs. Dragonfly. I think either insects or rain or snow or something got in that and rotted it out, and so it just died. There's no growth on it at all. And there seems to be a lot of trunks today. No growth on that branch at all, but the rest of it looks really good. There is kind of a misshapen hole in the center. It sort of grew a little bit funky, but lots and lots of new growth on this one. Here's a pretty good example right here. And there are signs of fruit. See if I can show you one here. Oh, let me move this leaf here. Here, where the branch comes out from the main stem, there's little kind of nodes, I guess I would call them. That's where the fruit's gonna end up. And there is just a whole bunch on this one. The first couple of years we had it, it didn't do very well. Last year it did fruit, and they're so sweet and delicious. So I'm pretty excited to get a whole crop this year. Oh, and it's starting to rain. I need to hurry this along. So that's the mom, doing very well. A little bit misshapen, but that's fine. This is the baby. This is so amazing to see. I wish I would have done a video when I planted it, just so you can understand how sickly this thing looked. And shocking at pulling it away from the mom. Right now it's probably 4.5 feet tall, and there are lots and lots of new leaf growth on this one as well. There's a cute little one right there. And this one has the same little buds coming up, the little nodes coming out, and that's where the fruit is going to be. And this one this year seems like it's going to fruit very well. And I am so pleased with how this came out. Here's another dragonfly. Right there. There are all kinds of dragonflies this year. I made a nice hole in the center of this one. Let me see if I can show you. To get some nice airflow. And I think that's going to help. We don't get a whole lot of wind here where I live. There's a little bit kicking up now because it's starting to rain, and that always brings some wind, but I'm hoping to have these centers opened up will help circulation in there and try and maybe prolong the mildew that happens towards the end of summer, first part of fall. The humidity here skyrockets, and these things just don't do well in the humidity. At least these three that I have. I'm not saying all figs in general, but these three that I have, they do not tolerate high humidity. They get mildew all in the leaves, and all at once almost, they all just fall off. And then there's just sticks in the air, and then they go dormant and just starts all over, coming back into the spring, fruiting, dormancy, blah, blah. So there you go. I just want to give you a quick update on these fig trees. If you did see that video of me pruning it, I know it looked pretty aggressive, cutting them from about 10 feet down to 4 feet. But the end result is you get a shorter, kind of a more compact tree, and it's going to set more fruit because it's less energy going into the leaves and less energy into making branches. So there you go. They've come back and they look really well. If you like this video, click that thumbs up for me. Subscribe to see more videos. And until the next time, thanks for watching.